feed these portable PC fans. Hello, viewers. Mornings. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. Good. All right. Let's see here. What do we got for you guys? Intel again. And this time they came out the gate. They're talking about this article is about the MSI Claw 8. It says the MSI Claw 8 reveal up to Core Ultra 7 258 and 32 gigs of RAM, $899 price, and late December launch. Says here the full specs of the Lunar Lake base MSI Claw are here. We just stumbled upon a listing for this yet to be released gaming handheld, which confirms everything we have been trying to learn about the products, everything except actual performance. MSI Claw 8 AI is now listed with two configuration featuring the Core Ultra 7 258V 8 core CPU or the Core Ultra 7 256V. This immediately tells us two things. The handheld will use Arch 2V graphics and with a full 8EX cores, and its features will be 32 gigs and 62 gigs LPDDR5X 8553 memory. This confirms by both Intel named CPU and official description. As we know, the memory is located CPU package, and then it says as a result we have the very first gaming handheld from a popular brand that will feature 32 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs or more than the ROG Ally, and twice as much as its predecessor, the MSI Claw 8, which by the way is also confirmed to receive an updated to Lunar Lake. MSI has also confirmed the dimension and weight of the new handheld. It is needed heavier than its predecessor and weigh at 749 grams. The size hasn't changed much, but the console is wider and thicker and refers to the table below for full details. Worth noting, the Claw 8 features a larger 8-inch screen, said to offer 120 hertz and refresh rate and 500 nits of peak brightness. MSI has already confirmed that the system will include 80-watt battery, which is also verified in official specification. It says here the store has confirmed that the MSI Claw 8 will cost $899 and will released on December 25th. This means the company will have its gaming handheld ready before CES 2025 and before AMD launches its Ryzen Z2 series, which is expected to power the successor Legion Go and possibly the ROG Ally X. And got the specs table of both, like I did in the last video that I'm about to upload. And there, one is Core Ultra 7 258, then you have 258, 256, 258. Graphics is 140, using the same graphics, 140V XE2 LPG, 8 cores, 2 Thunderbolts, 32 gigs of RAM on both, 1 terabyte, 5 gig, 500 gigs of SSD, NVMe 2280, display 1920 1200, 1920 1080, connectivity Wi-Fi 7 both, batteries 80 watt, 53 for the 7, weight is 794 grams, 675, dimension 29 times 12.26 and 2.24, 2.94 at 11 and 11 2.1, and default OS is Windows 11, and retail launch price for both $899 and $799 in December 24. Now in the last video they had 10 comments, but this one got 30. So yeah, these debaters are going at it. I'll try to get a couple of them. Who was this? Let's see. Get out of there. Let's see. Rainbow Walker said this: "Are MSI wanting a piece of Anbernic release schedule? Anbernic, we release a new handheld every few months. MSI, hold my beer. We're releasing 2 at the same time, perhaps by January. We have a Claw 9 and a Claw 10. Then Anthony said this: It should have been $799 like Ally X after the disaster of the last claw. MSI should have lowered the price. Can't trust Intel drivers either. And Xenon said this: I don't know how long you are in the space, but MSI products are like laptops and handheld, drop in price quite dramatically over time. MSI Claw 7 in my country dropped 50% in price over 1 year, so the new Claw probably will be around 20% cheaper in 2 to 3 months. And then beef cheese burrito said this: nice, exact price and specs I've said a few days ago. Supposed to be available by the holidays. Would have been nice to launch so early. Would have been nice to launch early so Johnny could have been safely nestled under the anyway under the tree. Anyway, he said, can't run this XMX acceleration version of XESS. I searched around but couldn't find any info on that. And then Patrick said this: yes, the iGPU in LNL has XMS cores. And then Fish said this: anything on the Claw 8 AI having a gyro? That was kind of my big take away missing from the Claw 7 when it released, was not having any gyro built in. I think there was a simulated gyro but nothing else. And then he says no gyro equals no buy. And then Eric said this: price is high, so it better outperform the Strix, or else it's pretty much a dead on arrival DOA. And then he said this: I would wait for reviews. And then Savad said that the iGPU performance and battery life are the biggest question marks. And Autorobe said being on TSM NB3 together with 80-watt battery should be selling point, but first they need to confirm VRR. And then Martian Legacy said this: true. And then Chrysler said this: why and for what? And Pure Payo said this: a point. You saw Lunar Lake test on laptop versus the current AMD good GPU. Good iGPUs that shares a punch and less power requirement. Like what's wrong with it? Anyway, and I'm gonna get two more here. And then Tech said this: MSRP is wrong, and all those handhelds we can clearly see how price collapse after a while. And Cardi said this: yeah, price is something is also bad in my eyes. Steam Deck for the win. But I'm talking mostly about performance and power efficiency when the Lunar Lake is actually good at. Anyway, and then who was this? Max said this: I bet the 32 gig version of the Claw 8 doesn't make it to the UK or Europe territories, and we will be shafted with the 16 gig model, but only at $899. MSI are like that. And yeah, anyway, well, we'll see. Well, MSI came out the gate swinging, so came out with two versions, new and improved, over the MSI Claw 7 and the ROG Ally X. ROG Ally was talking about they got 24 gigs of RAM. MSI is like, okay, we have 32. but the Steam Deck OLED models and the LCD models can do 32 gigs of RAM too. But you got to do some little modding and soldering on that. But yeah, so but Valve got the updates for it. But yeah, these MSI came out the gate swinging, man. So get your pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters ready for these handhelds. So yeah, $1 bill and $5 bills, that is, for these handhelds. So new handhelds on the market for you Intel fan who love Intel. Well, have fun and indulge yourself. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Though, nice talking to you people again. Chris, Star Wars and Star Trek playing board. Go. Peace.